Rajiv Garg, cardiologist, senior intervention cardiologist at Aware Clinical Global Hospital, heading the Department of Cardiology. My areas of specialty are, we have started heart failure clinics with advanced heart failure care in form of LVAD, and we are going on with the cardiac transplant program. We do all complex coronary work as well as structural heart disease work at our center, and we are interested in atrial fibrillation clinics as well as hypertension diabetes clinics. So these are our areas of interest of our department. We are 5 cardiologists working together, and this is how our introduction is. Our experience as an individual cardiologist, 20 years post DM, and as a team, each of us are having an experience of about 15 years. Heart failure is a broad definition in which we assess the pumping function of the heart, that is the muscle part. Heart has 2 functions. One is conduction system, second is the pump function. So heart failure indicates the decrease in pump activity. Normally, it is expressed in terms of ejection fraction, and there are 2 types of heart failure: systolic heart failure, diastolic heart failure. So for systolic heart failure, we use a term called ejection fraction to quantify it. Normal ejection fraction of a human heart is about 50% and more. Anything between 40 to 50% is mild reduction in heart function, and this is known as mild LV dysfunction. Between 30 to 40% is moderate LV dysfunction, and less than 30% is severe LV dysfunction. This is for the systolic part. Then we have something called a new term nowadays, diastolic heart failure or heart failure with preserved ejection fraction. So in this, EF will be more than 50%, but there will be a relaxation abnormality of the heart. So the filling impairment of the heart, and the patient gets breathless because of this on minimal exertion. So this is known as diastolic heart failure. So this is second form of heart failure. And third one nowadays, a lot of it in vogue is mid-range reduction in the heart failure. So 40 to 50% ejection fractions are also called as mid-range reduced ejection fraction heart failures. So these are the types of heart failures what we are dealing nowadays in terms of pump failure and relaxation abnormalities of the heart. The patients who are at a risk of developing heart failure are of a broad range, but the most common in India, patients suffering from hypertension, diabetes. Diabetes is just like a moth. It eats away the whole of vascular tree, including cardiovascular tree, and they are the highest risk for getting heart failures. Second group of patients who get heart failure are the patients with peripartum cardiomyopathy, viral infections, that is known as viral myocarditis. Then you have restrictive cardiomyopathy, lot of diseases under this heading. And then we have patients who have acute coronary syndrome, which includes myocardial infarction, both ST elevation and non-ST elevation MI, who can get heart failure. We'll go step by step. The most common symptomatological presentation of heart failure is the patient will present with a bloating sensation and anasarca. Anasarca is fluid accumulation in the body, so he will look bloated up. The patient with heart failure will have swelling of the feet, neck, the pulsations in the neck, that is the jugular venous pressure is raised, and pitting edema. This is the form that is known as cardiac anasarca. Then second, they will have breathlessness on minimal exertion, and when they lie down flat, they get up suddenly with the feeling of suffocation and breathlessness. This is commonly known as paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea, secondary to pulmonary venous congestion and hypertension. Then thirdly, they will have enlarged heart. So you'll have visible pulsations on the chest because of LV dysfunction sometimes in advanced heart failure. But in mild heart failures, you might not get that. So beating of the heart and dyskinetic apex can be seen on the chest if the patient is of advanced heart failure. Then we can have pulsating liver if you examine the abdomen of the patient with heart failure. You will have pulsating liver enlargement because of tricuspid regurgitation and liver congestion. And then in the advanced form of heart failure, you can have jaundice. This is known as congestive hepatomegaly, which can lead to increased bilirubin because of congestion in the liver because of tricuspid regurgitation. So basically, the patient will have mainly two types of symptoms. One is decreased output because of low blood pressure, then fluid retention, which will cause anasarca, and breathlessness because of pulmonary venous congestion. These are the three groups of symptoms what the patient will have in heart failure. Nowadays, we have a lot of treatment modalities available, but the basic form of treatment is if the patient is symptomatic at rest, that is, he is orthopneic and breathless, he needs admission for intravenous diuretic therapy and inotropic support in form of dobutamine and levocindamol. Then once he is adequately decongested by giving IV diuretics, then we can switch over to oral drugs. The oral drugs are of two types. One is volume reduction drugs, that are the diuretics and the inotropic drugs, which help in decongesting the patient. Second, which will improve the heart function. Most important being beta blockers. Second group of drug being ACE, ARBs, and now we have a recent group of drugs called ARNI. They are a combination of sacubitril, that is napirolizine inhibitor, with valsartan, that is ARB. So these are the most important group of drugs which we use in the management of heart failure in our armamentarium. Apart from this, we have one more group called isolazine hydrolazine group, that is isosorbate dinitrate with hydrolazine combination. This is also used for management of heart failure in black patients and Caucasians. So basically, we have inotropic agents, we have drugs to improve the cardiac function, drugs to improve the renin-angiotensin system, and then napirolizine inhibitors. So these are the mainstay of our treatment in management of heart failure. Once the patient stops responding to the drugs, then we go for cardiac resynchronization therapy if the patient is having a QRS duration of more than 140 milliseconds. They do respond to biventricular pacing, that is known as cardiac resynchronization therapy. And to prevent sudden cardiac death, we give CRT plus defibrillator, that is CRT-D therapy. And apart from this, nowadays we have left ventricular and right ventricular assist devices, which will help in improving the LV and RV function. And lastly, we have cardiac transplant as well as cardiac and lung transplant, which is all a reality in India. And all the things are practiced in our hospital also, global group of hospitals. First and most important is, do not get afraid of the disease. I have patients with heart failure living for more than a decade. Second, if you follow proper guidelines in form of medicines, water restriction, salt restriction, and a regular follow-up with a doctor who is well versed with the management of heart failure, all the forms of therapy, that is cardiac resynchronization, LVAD and transplant, can be postponed, and you can do very well on drugs itself for more than a decade, and you can have a fairly comfortable life in form of you can do your own activities, you can do desk jobs, and you can carry on your married life in a fairly okay way if you follow the rules of the game. So do not get depressed if you have heart failure. Go to a proper doctor who runs a proper cardiac and heart failure clinics, and they can guide you in a better way. And lot of new drugs are available, most important being the ARNI group of drugs which have come recently for the last 3 years. They are doing wonders. Patients with severe LV dysfunctions have almost normalized LV functions. Patients who were on cardiac transplant list have almost been removed from the transplant list because of this drug. It's a really wonderful drug if you respond to the drug, and probably do not give up hope. Maintain medicines, diet control, and follow up with the doctor to help you to live long and good quality of life. That's what. You have to use medicines like beta blockers, ARNI, ACE and ARBs to improve the heart function, and it will make the heart stronger by improving the cardiac function. And if by chance they do not improve with medicines, then we have devices in form of left ventricular assist device, right ventricular assist device, ECMO, and cardiac transplant.